Chosen ones, listen closely. This is not just another message. This is a summons from the throne of heaven. If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, Psalm 37:23. And he ordered you straight here. You didn't stumble into this moment. You were led. What you're receiving today is more than motivation. It's ignition, a holy disruption. The kind of word that shakes the dust off your destiny and sets your soul on fire. If you've been weary, confused, or waiting for a sign, this is your confirmation. Heaven has been whispering your name, and now it's time to respond. God is shaping something eternal in you. And yes, maybe you feel unseen. Maybe the silence has been deafening. But your life is now hidden with Christ in God, Colossians 3:3, which means you're not overlooked, you're being preserved for glory. What you thought was delay was actually design. You see, God isn't building for the moment, He's building for forever. Temporary success doesn't impress Him, eternal impact does. That's why the pressure has been intense. That's why the fire hasn't let up. I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction, Isaiah 48:10. Not to burn you, but to build you, to forge something inside you that can't be shaken. Every closed door was a setup. Every lonely night was sacred ground. Every unanswered prayer was a deeper invitation. You've been in training, in hiding, in preparation. But now God is pulling the curtain back. Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Zechariah 4:10. You are not weak, you are not broken. You are being made into a vessel of glory, a warrior of light, a firebrand for the kingdom. The crushing has purpose. The stretching has prophecy. You are being equipped for something far greater than you can yet imagine. So if your spirit is stirring, don't scroll past this moment. This is sacred. Drop your location and time in the comments. Not for hype, but for alignment. Let the world see where God's fire is falling. From continent to continent, watchmen are waking up, and hell is trembling. Say it loud in the comments. I am awake. I am ready. That's not just agreement, it's prophecy in motion. You are declaring war on every lie that said you were too late, too broken, too forgotten. You're declaring, here I am, Lord. Send me. Isaiah 6:8. And to every soul sowing into this message, through faith, through sacrifice, understand this. You're not giving to a screen. You're aligning with the supernatural. You're planting seed in holy ground, and God sees every drop. He who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed. 2 Corinthians 9:10. Your giving is prophetic. Your agreement is warfare. Your yes is permission for heaven to invade your life. And hear the Lord whisper now. Because you gave when it was hard, I will provide when it's impossible. Because you trusted me with your little, I will astound you with my abundance. So, let's go deeper. This isn't hype. This is holy ground. Walk with me, word by word, breath by breath, as we align with your eternal identity. You weren't created to survive. You were born to radiate glory, to carry divine fire into a cold world, to stand when others fall, speak when others stay silent, burn when others go numb. This is your blueprint, your calling, your unveiling. You are not becoming who the world told you to be. You are becoming who He designed you to be. This is your hour. This is your becoming. Before we talk about who you're becoming, let's be clear about something most people forget. Your origin isn't random. Your story didn't begin at birth. It started in the mind of God. Psalm 139 verse 16 says, Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. That means your life isn't a coincidence. It's a calling. You were seen before anyone ever celebrated you, known before anyone ever named you. While others were still being counted, you were already set apart. You weren't placed here, you were sent. Heaven assigned you a mission before earth even gave you a name. That means the storms you faced aren't signs of abandonment. They're the proof of preparation. The silence wasn't God ignoring you, it was Him shaping you. Your delays weren't denials, they were divine recalibrations. Isaiah 48:10 says, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. That's not punishment, that's process. Becoming isn't something that happens overnight. It's something God forges in the fire. We live in a time when people want influence without intimacy, platforms without pruning, crowns without the cross. But God doesn't build like that. He doesn't mass-produce purpose. He crafts it in secret. While others chase applause, God looks for hearts that can hold His weight. If you felt pressed lately, it's because you're being trusted with more. Luke 16:10 reminds us, whoever is faithful with little will also be faithful with much. God doesn't hand out purpose like prizes. He grows it in people who are willing to be faithful when no one's clapping. And here's something few dare to say. Favor costs something. Being chosen doesn't mean comfort. It means calling. And callings come with crushing. That's why your path has been narrow. That's why your obedience felt costly. That's why you've had to stand alone, pray alone, cry alone. Because God was teaching you how to carry what can't be taught by crowds. You weren't built to blend in. You were shaped to stand out. You're not meant to survive the fire. You're meant to shine through it. God is not interested in creating celebrities. He's raising up soldiers. Not people who can entertain, but people who can endure. And that endurance, it's not born from effort. It's born from identity. Before you go out trying to change the world, you need to remember who you are, not what you do, not what people say, who God says you are. Titus 3:5 reminds us, He saved us, not because of righteous things we had done, but because of His mercy. You don't earn your worth, you receive it. That's why the hustle won't heal you. That's why performance won't fulfill you. Activity is not identity. You are a child of God. You are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works He already prepared in advance for you. Ephesians 2:10. You are a royal priesthood, not by bloodline, but by the blood of Christ. So walk like it, speak like it, stand like it. When you walk into a room, remember you carry heaven's authority. When fear shows up, let faith speak louder. When doubt whispers, remind it. You were chosen for this, for the battle, for the burden, for the breakthrough. You weren't made to crack under pressure, you were made to carry purpose. When life pushes, don't break, burn brighter. When darkness surrounds you, don't shrink, shine. You're not just passing through this world, you are here on assignment. So rise. Not because you have all the answers. Rise because you know the one who does. Rise because greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. 1 John 4:4. Rise because heaven has already marked you for more, and from this moment on, live like someone who knows they were hand-picked by God. You're not just a believer, you're a living declaration of heaven's intent, God's message, written in flesh and bone, shaped not for applause, but for impact. You weren't made to perform, you weren't made to please, you were made to blaze, to walk like light, to speak like thunder, to carry the weight of divine glory wherever your feet land. So hear me now, chosen one, because some of you are walking through a storm that doesn't roar, but suffocates, a silence so loud it drowns your prayers. A stillness that feels like exile. Doors have slammed shut. People you trusted have vanished. Your prayers feel like whispers into an empty sky. Strength feels like a memory. You've cried when no one saw. You stayed when it would have been easier to run. You obeyed without recognition. And heaven saw it all. This is not rejection. This is refinement. Not punishment, but preparation. God hasn't walked away, He's digging deeper, pulling out the warrior He placed inside you before the foundation of the world. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. Gold doesn't shine until it's been refined. Oil doesn't flow without crushing. Wine doesn't pour without pressure. Neither will your purpose be born without process. You're being refined, not to destroy you, but to build the version of you that doesn't flinch when the fire comes. The one who still reflects Jesus, even in chaos. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. The fire isn't your enemy, it's your making. Don't despise the delay. It's growing your roots where no eye can see. Even Jesus, the spotless Lamb, walked through the wilderness. He groaned in Gethsemane. He was crushed on the cross before glory ever touched the tomb. So why would your path be painless? If we suffer with him, we will also be glorified with him. Romans 8:17. The same hands that shaped galaxies are shaping you. You're not being discarded. You're being defined. Garbage is thrown away, but treasure is refined. You are that treasure. You are being carved, shaped, set apart. And when this fire has done its work, what rises from these ashes will carry a weight of glory hell won't know how to handle. Hold on. You are being unveiled. God is calling you out of fear, out of playing small, out of rooms that tried to shrink your call. You've diluted your voice to keep others comfortable. You've buried your fire to avoid confrontation. But enough. Heaven is sounding the trumpet. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to disrupt. You were made to roar. You were not born to bow to culture. You were born to carry the cross and break chains. Romans 8:19 thunders this truth. Creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. The world isn't starving for another trend. It's groaning for truth, for sons and daughters who know who they are, unshaken, unbothered, unapologetic. That means you. Stop waiting to be discovered. You are already known in heaven. Stop waiting for permission. You've already been sent. Stop doubting what God confirmed. This generation needs your fire, your voice, your obedience. Not later, not someday. Now. You weren't made to go to church. You were made to be the church, to shake ground, to confront darkness, to make demons nervous. So rise. Let this be the moment you walk out of every lie that told you to shrink. Let this be the moment you stop apologizing for your calling. You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are exactly who God had in mind. You are a vessel of truth in a sea of compromise. A lamp that will not be hidden. A warrior clothed in armor, forged by the Spirit. A voice that doesn't just inspire, but liberates. You don't chase crowds. You carry revival. You're not just chosen. You're marked for fire, for glory, for impact. So the next time you look in the mirror, don't just glance. Speak. I am who God says I am. I will not shrink. I will not bow. I was chosen for glory. Let that be your first word at sunrise, your anthem in the storm, and your war cry when doubt creeps in. You were not created to survive. You were born to conquer, not saved to sit, but chosen to stand. This is your hour. Not next year, not after they believe in you. Now, right here, right now. Heaven is calling. Angels are moving. Destiny is knocking. You don't need a stage. You are the stage. You don't need a sign. You are the sign. Obedience is your weapon. Faith is your fire. And boldness is your birthright. So rise. Walk like you've been approved by heaven. Move like you were made for this. Because you were. Now become it. Now